Welcome back to Anna Does Icons. This week we're going to work on the second installment of building an icon. Today we're going to be building a cloud icon, keeping on theme with weather. So let's go ahead and get started. Per usual, my keyboard inputs are on the bottom of the screen. So you can follow along there. I usually try to talk out loud about what I'm doing. Sometimes it's a little difficult, so bear with me. First, we're going to start with O. I'm going to make sure it's the stroke that I want. So just be aware of, the stroke that you're using, center one, whatever it may be. I'm going to press Option and hold to utilize that same circle, building off of that. Same thing here. Clouds have a little bit of odd shapes, so that's what we're going to be building. As you can see here, this is going to be our basis of our cloud shape. What I'm going to do is create one giant vector. As you can see in the left-hand panel, all the ellipses are separate as of right now. On my keyboard, I'm going to press Command E. And as you can see on the left-hand panel, in the layers panel, the 4 ellipse changed to vector. I'm going to then press Enter on my keyboard because now I want to edit this. And I'm going to connect the bottom line. This is the bottom of my cloud. And I'm going to put points at each one of my intersections. And to do that, I press the pen tool, and then I put a point, press Escape, put a point, press Escape, put a point. And then I'm just going to delete the things that I don't want. So any of the inner pieces of the cloud that are not necessary to have a cloud. Hey, there we are. We got a cloud. I want to focus on something important. If you are not getting this look, right? If there's something missing and you just followed along, the most important thing you can do is check your stroke. This is going to be in the right-hand side in the design panel. This is what's going to change your shapes. So if you make it inside, if you make the stroke outside, or if you make it center. In the last video, I talked about center. I only use center. I seldomly use anything else. My stroke is at 1, between 1 to 2, depending on the size of the icon I'm building. And then I always do rounded joins, and when endpoints are available, I make them rounded as well. That is a preference. You don't have to do that, but that is why my icon looks like this. Now we have this cloud, and the most important thing to note is this cloud is now versatile, right? You can utilize this in many more of your designs. Meaning, if I want to add some rain, if I want to add a sun hiding behind it, if I want to add a thunderstorm or tornado, the cloud is probably the most versatile icon that you can use in the weather category. This might change. And it's really the easiest because it's all just made out of circles. I'm going to move forward and build some raindrops, maybe a lightning bolt. We'll keep going with this cloud just for fun today. I know these videos are usually short and sweet, so feel free to drop off at any point, but we're just going to be having fun with the cloud icon. The most important thing to note when I'm thinking about this cloud icon is keeping it in 24 by 24. What that means is I can add raindrops, I can add a sun above, because the height hasn't hit 24 by 24. I'm only at the width. That's just important to know because I like to stay in those dimensions for building an icon, but that's up to you, whatever size you want to build. I'm going to duplicate my cloud icon by holding Option and just dragging it to the right. And now we're going to build raindrops. For raindrops, we're going to use a rectangle. So you press R on your keyboard or a square. I'm going to press Enter to be in edit mode, put a point in the middle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to round these two to the most it can be rounded. What I'm going to do next is select the left top point and the right top point by holding Shift and selecting both of those. And then I'm going to press Shift Delete on my keyboard. Now I have a raindrop. I'm going to now make it look like it's raining and put some raindrops, just random spots. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of the vectors or paths, and I'm going to press Command E. Now this is one giant icon. So if you want to control a piece of it, you have to. Now this is one giant icon. I'm going to move this little raindrop over a few because it's going to drive me nuts. But now that we're done with this icon, again, you can utilize this many times. I can duplicate this, I can remove this specific raindrop, and I can add a lightning bolt. I'm in edit mode, and then I can use the pen tool and just draw the lightning exactly how I want it to look. So I draw the bolt. And then I don't know why this changed, but I'm going to change that back to rounded. And then that's it. Now I have a little lightning bolt with my cloud. It's so simple. Now I've made 3 separate icons in the span of 5 minutes just by reutilizing pieces of that icon. These are just beginner tips for building icons. I am still just as new to this as probably everybody else. I'm still learning. I'm not a master. I always say that, but I've been having such a blast that I want to share this with everybody else. So thank you so much for being a part of Anna Does Icons. This is episode 2 of creating icons in the weather segment. Thank you so much for joining and have a great day.